Hello, everybody. This is Angel Rebo in the Awakening Network with the episode number 116 of the Ask Julius Show. And as usual, we have Kasey Speer with us. Hi, Kasey. How are you?
I'm so good. Welcome in, everybody. It is so lovely to be here with you on a Sunday night, as usual.
Absolutely. Absolutely. As usual, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. We have audience from all over this earthship. We have people from Europe. We have beings from the U.S., from the rest of the American continent, in Asia, all over the place. We have also had some questions from Africa on and off. So, everybody, welcome to the episode number 116 of the Ask Julius Show. As you know, Kasey Speer channels Julius and their group of entities, and you always have these amazing questions that we ask Julius because those questions, are really important things to you, and we really appreciate you trusting us to answer them. And always use Julius, or better said, Julius never deceives. Incredible answers that he always has ready for us, and our friends are already online saying hello and sending us love. Love Line Lauren is here. Sandra Townsend is here. Thank you so much, and thank you everybody. So today we have a little bit of a changes, I would say, just because we're gonna change the structure of the show a little bit. Why? Because we have obviously a very important reason to do a show. So we're gonna start doing something different that we have done maybe briefly once, as far as I remember, a long time ago. And then we'll have questions, and then also obviously we have a special that we will be announcing and offering to you at a very discounted price, and obviously life changing as usual. But let's start with something really mind blowing. Kasey, what do we have prepared for the audience right now?
We want to welcome everybody in. I have the extraordinary opportunity, of course, in channeling Julius to interact with many people around the world every day and certainly every week with readings and energy sessions and things like that. And there seems to be a very consistent aspect right now. Okay. And I wanted to bring that forward today in the show. And everybody, or let's not say everybody, a good amount of people right now seem to have a lot of fear based energy kind of tightening them up, kind of strangling them a little bit. A lot of it has to do with money right now. People just seem to feel like there's a tightening up energy. There's a little bit of fear-based around there. And some people are really feeling a little off track. We've talked a lot on this show and on other platforms about the timelines getting mixed and people needing to ground themselves and staying focused. And I got inspired by Julius just the other day to start this show, thanks to Angel, with just a little bit of a sound bath. Our intention is going to be to clear your energies, to bring in this wave of calm and soothing abundance for everybody. We're just going to go about 10 minutes on this. And we really want to ask all of your permission to do this. If you want to accept this energy, just declare to yourself, I accept. If you do not want to resonate with this energy, you can just turn your sound down if you want to. During this time, we're just going to send you some projected extraordinary energies. We're going to strike the sound bowls here for just a few minutes, and our crystal triangle will probably bring in a little light language for everybody as well. So if you would like to join us, hands on your heart, please, and closing your eyes. And we set the intention for magnificent flow, extraordinary expansion field, allowing abundant energy, wellness, love, and extraordinary to be flowing through everybody's heart space. E muista que vielä que minä atututoja siellä ei muja que peata. Jemiato. Kuule que maya que pea siellä kia. Te astrele emiana muja pala kapia vielä kia te astrele gnia muja meta. Ia tutoja spiela kia kuule que pea poja que pea kia te tutoja e muja näte. Yala oyamiato. Shamukipiastule. Muastea, eala koyakipea, wekipea, shrilikimia, nana, pialakipea, no, yastipia, pianta. Mana, pialakaya, wekabaya, unakimia, weamiata, dea, shrilikimia, weamia. Oila karabaya, weamia, unakimia, nana, ea, shriati, whatever. Tetia, analia, tetia, shliramia, piaba. Sia, shrilikimia. Yashwish Pierki appear away. Only for the air like it be away meta. Yeah, no. Yes, be away, Maga. Bala air like air away at me and away meta carriash. Shum like it be. Shum like a biash like it be. Where like it be a shum. Well, like it be a shoe like it be a night. Be a one again. The Australia keep here like it be a. No, Maya, like it be a muakaba. To Ashbia like it be a more. Deep, rich, full inhale and exhale, expanding that field. Another inhale. Banana leala kiapola aya muerta que ashtiela kibia. Ea mulega ebiata tiastiela ki. Uemiala kaya poeta. Ea muela kibia. Naya titia astila kibia uemiata. Wea kapala, ia to likibiash, yamia la crimea, where gran, ia to yash, lieli, yabia, wea ta gayabiata. Another inhale, please. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. And exhale, 3, 2, 1. And inhale, 1, 2, 3. And exhale, 3, 2, 1. May extraordinary blessings be created in your energetic field for you, by you, masters. You are the most extraordinary beings. Nothing but love and light for all of you, as it will be.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody who has accepted the challenge here online. As usual, our chat is full of everyone supporting us and saying thank you. So, thank you so much, everybody, for being here today. And let's resume the show because we have a ton of questions as usual. Let me recap. I was totally into the session. Sorry, I have to go back into everything that was being said and asked. Just 1 second. All right. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Very nice comments from everybody. Okay, so the first question comes from the one and only Love Light Lauren. Our latest academy class was so much fun. I heard you say that some mathematical formulations are a spell, and I didn't get the chance to ask you what you meant by that. Can you expand? Thank you.
Yes, Master. So if a formulation is a fixed aspect, okay, it's an absolute fixed aspect. It is a form of a spell or curse upon you. Well, we are going to support that in the infinite field of ongoingness, every formulation, every mathematical structure should be open-ended, open-ended. In other words, an infinite possibility for an ongoingness, a shift, or a change. Mathematical formulations can tend to be a limited construct for a fixed universe, when we're going to support that all universal energies is chaotic and full of ongoing rhythms and expressions. And so we always find that anything that limits you in a box, into a measure, into a distance, into a depth, into a position is not a truth, because everything is always moving. Everything is always moving. So there's never a fixed aspect to any part of the existence of you. And anything that would convince you that there is a form of a spell. So that's what we were referencing.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And the next question comes from We Are All in This Together. A medium keeps saying that gene therapy is going to get rid of all of our medical problems with CRISPR. But I thought we couldn't mess human genome, and the RNA DNA are and against the Earth rules.
So we're going to support that your medium that you are speaking of doesn't have any idea that they are source. We are going to support that you are source, Master, and what takes care of all of your medical problems is your own epigenetic application, which is to change your genes through your thoughts, your interpretations, your knowing, and your truth. And that is how the physical body is designed.
All right, fair enough. The next question is from Hilda B. Do all cylinders have a 12 feet radius and 12 inches thickness? What is the meaning of the radius and thickness of the cylinders? How do they relate to our energy bodies? Great question.
Great question. And we would say no, that isn't an exact measurement, and it's not a fixed measurement. It is an appropriate measure and measurement. And the intention about that distance, Masters, is that it doesn't interfere with your motion range. So it's just out of your motion range. So you're literally not bumping in to your own cylinders, okay? But we're also going to tell you that your auric field, your energy frequency bands, and your energy bodies can definitely be contained within those cylinders in some situations. That's why we also refer to the cylinders as personal matrices. You've created many, many matrices of thought limitation, reality limitations through your fears and through your judgments. And that's what the cylinders are representations of. In removing these cylinders, you help to move energy, expand energy, and continue to allow further possibilities to come in for yourself. That is not a substitution for your energetic journey into your expansive consciousness, but it certainly can assist in one of the obstacles that you've put up for yourself.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And thank you for the question as usual. And let me see. No, not this one. This one. Okay. Sorry. Just trying to be fair with everybody. Swift Sage, who already said hello and sent love to all of us, is asking Julius, will the playback recording of frequencies at the beginning of this show be as effective as catching it live? What a great question. Also, is there any way we can magnify the effect during a replay? What a great set of questions.
So, Masters, there is no time. And if you set your intention to know that truth, then it is the same receivership in the moment of now for you. As you receive these tones, imagine, masters, that you are all expanding your own light field. Blow your light up from your heart. Hold it in an expansive array as the tones come in. You may also imagine that there are sound frequencies coming off of your body and marrying with the sound frequencies that are coming off of the instruments, and that will help to expand and extend your experience. Please share it with everyone, masters, and please enjoy it for as long as you would like.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And the next question comes from Adrienne. What can I take for water retention and in the body?
Oh, well, that's a great question. So actually, some of the water retention is actually to take some salt. So a little bit of mineral salts will help you with water retention. Electrolytes will help you with water retention, but you also, masters, want to make sure that you're getting some fat and some oils in your body. They also help with moisture retention, which is vital for the body. And that's what we will tell you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And the next question comes from, by the way, Sarah Aaron is asking, is it possible to later that we upload the sound bath portion of this video?
Absolutely. As far as we know, you may need to use a separate recording device. We're not sure if you can upload the show or not. Depends on your listening platform, but you feel free to record it separately from the show on your own device, so you have it.
All right. Thank you so much. And that was Sarah Aaron. And then a question from Ashley. What did the group of scientists that were sent to Antarctica see that made them zombie-like when they were picked up? Is Antarctic relevant to our mass awakening?
Well, everything is relevant to your awakening, masters. So that last part of your comment is every time you walk down the street, every thought, every moment, every emotion that you feel has to do with your awakening and your expansiveness. There's a lot going on in Antarctica, and probably there is an overwhelming amount of revealment that they witness. So everything from the cloning aspect, everything from off-planet, everything from hybriding, everything to do with all kinds of species, and also portals and gateways to other dimensions and other realms. So it's an overwhelming space and place to be. But also they have scientific aspects going on. And so you probably are talking about the fact that their memories have been wiped from everything that they were talking about and everything that they were seeing. Those memories will come back. A lot of times they just drip feed the remembrance, but that's probably what you're witnessing, is what they underwent to forget what they saw.
Excellent. Thank you so much. And then the next question comes from Mentor Loca. It says, "Hi, my father has not been himself for a very long time. He acts as a narcissist. Is his soul still with him? Thanks."
We would say there is an aspect of his soul still with him. It's hanging out of his body quite a lot. And we understand that you probably cannot get into great details here on this platform. It's kind of interesting because when you make the comment that he hasn't been himself and that he's a narcissist, we're not quite sure if you mean that he's always been a narcissist or if you feel that he's started acting like a narcissist after a time period in his life. So we're going to hit you from both angles. If your father has always been a narcissist, he's never been himself. All he does is play roles and wear masks. And narcissists can play roles for years and for decades, coming across like a particular type of person. And then when that mask falls off, they're nothing like the role that they have pretended to be. They don't have any form of self-identification. They take on roles to serve them and to serve a situation for themselves. So in that case, you probably are just experiencing a narcissistic collapse with your father, where it's become obvious that he actually isn't the person that you thought he was, So that's probably what has taken place. There usually has to be a form of abandonment or a trauma to trigger narcissistic personality disorder, but usually later on in life, it doesn't happen that way. It's probably always been there. So you probably have been duped, and that may be part of what you're struggling with. But all narcissists have an issue with their soul being out of alignment. But in his continuation of his life, he has soul in his body to a portion or to a degree, but it is definitely not centered and not in alignment with himself. Master, love everyone, have compassion for everyone, and have empathy for everyone. We will always extend that to everyone. It's just that for your own well-being, Master, eliminate all forms of expectation of receivership of any of that empathy or compassion from any narcissist. We love you. You are well. You are extraordinary. You are safe. Continue to have your own soul fully aligned and walked with awareness, compassion, and empathy and kindness and love towards all.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. The next question comes from Karen Tackett. Julius, what's going on when someone breaks out with shingles?
Oh, those are toxins in the body, Master, toxins in the body. So shingles are a byproduct of vaccinations. They're a vaccine injury. There's no question about that. No question about that. In fact, they usually are a byproduct of any form of a vaccine for the chicken pox or for pneumonia. Okay, so they're a byproduct specifically of the pneumonia vaccine and the chicken pox vaccine. Okay, but they're also an issue of parasites in the body. So anything that comes out your skin, so your shingles, psoriasis, eczema, things like that, those are parasites and toxins in the body. We would highly recommend a detox for you.
Wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much. Let's go to the next question, which is from Janavi Nadia. Janavi, great to have you here. Great to see you. Perfect timing with the sound bowls, she says. To make more money, do we continue to grow spiritually and become healthier along with our method of making it?
So as you raise your frequency, Masters, raise your frequency, everything in your life will flow and be more readily abundant to you. That's your answer. So if your journey into spirituality is growing your energetic field, expanding your light and raising your frequency, then yes. But we wouldn't necessarily say that automatic study of spirituality does that for you. Because for some, spirituality is just going around in circles theory application. You have to apply the theories in your life and strive to be a more non-judgmental person, full of light, full of enthusiasm, full of creativity. And since you're embodied in a three-dimensional body, that would include the wellness, health and wellness of your physical costume. You cannot be a high vibrational being and be dumping toxins into your body all the time, or not have any regard to the wellness of your body. You must take everything in consideration, including the company that you keep. So many people truly sacrifice their own energy with the company that they insist on keeping in their lives instead of walking away from them in their lives. And Masters, we would say with love to you specifically, there is someone in your life that is dragging your energy down, and we send you love and magnificence on your journey.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. The next question comes from, and thank you, Janavi, again for the question, from Deline. Are there different types of mercury? We hear about the one that is toxic to our health, as in mercury fillings and quicksilver remedies that were given to people back in the early 1900s.
Yeah. So that's a great question. And, mercury is one of those substances here on the Earthship that is extremely intense in its vibration. And that is a truth. Mercury in some of its purest form is used as energy, as projection energy. So it's type of fuel and an energy. They fuel spacecraft with it. They fuel devices that can teletransport you into the other dimensions and other realms. Okay, and they definitely it can help to help you with your shape shifting abilities. but you have to be in a state of a frequency in order for it to work like that for you. So it's really heavy duty. It's really heavy duty. Okay. Now, we're going to get back to the vaccines. And it is our opinion that the mercury becomes toxic with the mRNA and the RNA graphene oxides in the body. One of the fastest ways for mercury or anything to become toxic in the body is to put it in your mouth, anything in your teeth or in your gums, directly into the bloodstream, directly into the brain. You all know that that's why drug addicts, rub their gums, with their crack and their cocaine and things like that. So what a faster way to toxify the brain and to keep you from knowing yourself as source, and especially if it's going to be activated in a very negative way based on the other things that are in your body. Because there's plenty of people walking around that do have mercury feelings and they don't have any issues at all. They're very high consciousness beings and they're projected forward on their conscious journey. We can speak of those personally. And then there are people who literally can't stomach it at all, and it goes immediately to a poisoning system. So it depends on you, depends on the rhythm of your body, it depends on the frequency that you hold. But we are not going to support that it is toxic for everybody. Otherwise, why would the governments be striving to collect most of it, which is part of why they're collecting all of your fillings, but let's not have that conversation. It has the ability to be used as an energy substance, just like unobtainium, just like a lot of the plutonium. There's a lot of things on the Earthship that are used for fuel and, in fact, can be used for healing. And we're going to support that the med beds have mercury inside of them.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. It's that time in the show every single week in which we have something special, very special. How to gain a fuller, deeper understanding of self. You have had the QR code at the top right side of the corner for the entire show, and now you have a larger one here, so it's easier for you just to take your phone, point your camera to this QR code, and you will be taken to this beautiful, beautiful. Let me see if I'm able to pull it up here. 1 second, please. I'm almost going to do it. Please go ahead and explain everybody this incredible session or series of sessions. It's a two-part workshop. What's going to happen, why, and what is the changes that we all will expect to happen after going to that two-part workshop.
Yeah. We wanted to do a subject matter. We always pick subject matters, Angel, for the month, some that always seem to be a little bit more of a simple subject, although with Julius, that never seems to be the way it turns out, and others that tend to be a little more complex. And we really wanted to hit this subject. It seems like it's an easy one, and yet seems to still be so challenging for people out there to really have a deep understanding of themselves, of their journey. People get really convoluted on what they think they're supposed to be doing, what their path is, how to follow their path, how to receive aspects and deeper understandings for yourself. We wanted to tackle the subject, and we want to let Julius do a deep dive with you. This is a wonderful class. This is going to be for anybody. And actually for anybody, no matter where you are on your conscious journey. There still seems to be such a struggle for humanity to know who they are. And of course, Julius is always going to approach these subjects from different angles that we normally don't see things through. They just seem to always have this magnificent way of a broader swatch. It's also going to be a really great way, Angel, for people to tap in with us. It is not an expensive thing. It's not a big investment, but what you get back from any aspect of Joyce's teachings are amazing. And this certainly is also one of those classes that you can use as a complement to any of the other teachings that you love to follow. And Joyce's teachings are always broad enough to be supportive to anybody, no matter who it is that they feel that they are, and just keep everyone aligning with themselves.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Another incredible two-part workshop. And just to make sure everybody knows when they are going to happen, this two-part online workshop is at 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time US on August 5th and August 6th, 2025 on Zoom. The replay will be available in video and audio. First module is a teaching sharing from Julius on the topic, and the second module is an interactive Q&A with participants. All right, so thank you so much, and then we'll stop sharing because we have so many questions. It's amazing. All right, I will leave this QR code here so people can go back there whenever they wish to. And now it's time for lovely Androlyn. Have the tunnels under the Vatican been destroyed? If not, will they be?
We're not sure if they're going to destroy all of them. So what's interesting, Masters, is we don't think that you have a grasp of how large these tunnels are. These are not like tunnels like prisoners escape from prison with. These are underground cities. Okay. We want you to try to imagine, something as large as your whole neighborhood, for, thousands of miles being taken down. Okay. So some of that they may reutilize for different things. So we are not saying that they are necessarily going to take them all down. They have a big group in a big handle on the seizing those tunnels, the activity in those tunnels. That is a truth. They have done a lot of explosions and a lot of flooding in some of the smaller tunnels. Okay. But the ones under the Vatican are literally like everything that's above the earth there, in both in Rome and in Italy and even in Greece. Imagine that same thing underground. So they're taking out what has been going on in those things, and they're concrete. This is big time construction. This isn't like stick and mud construction. And again, this isn't like a burrowing tunnel, like a mole or a rat would do. These are cities, and so they have not all been collapsed. And we don't support that they have a plan to collapse all of them, but rather to get an order over the rulership of what is taking place.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Let's go to the next question. Let me see what the next question is. 1 second, please. We have the next question. All right, there are so many. Thank you. Thank you for being so incredibly active here in the chat. So, so many questions today. So, since we know about the astrological system, what is the difference between astrology and Vedic astrology, or does either really exist or matter?
So we're not sure if you all just heard, but science finally announced that there's another planet in your solar system. They literally have put that out. We're going to still support that there's more than just the one. We're going to come back and tell you always this, Masters: whatever you buy into and hold as a truth for yourself becomes true for you. And what you don't, doesn't. You are source. Why you would ever let a holographic projection govern you is beyond us. Seriously. The planets aren't even real in the real reality, but even if you think they are and they're a holographic projection, why would they govern your reality for you, your quote unquote future, when there is no time? There's just snapshots in the moments of now, and you choose through your energy frequency, Masters, what you're going to line up for yourself. Okay. Any form of a predictive action is reading a current state of your energy. And if you continue on that currency, things may play out as suggested, but they also, because they're suggested, you're manifesting it from the suggestion. So which came first, the chicken or the egg on that? Okay. We're always going to say the same question. Your source, you create your reality. But if you don't know that that is true and you accept other forms of truth for you, then they will become true for you until you decide to give them up. We would tell you, enjoy playing the game. enjoy playing in that energy. If there's anything that is showing up that is not pleasing to you, do your best to shift your energy and set an intention for something else. And always stay open, masters, as things will grow and expand for you as you grow and expand the knowing of yourself.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. The next question comes from Sarah Townsend. Between 2007 and 2021 in the UK, a million people uh, who had car HP from a lender had commission added without knowing. The matter is in the Supreme Court. Will it go in favor of the lenders or the customers?
We can't tell you that. It hasn't been decided yet, Master. There is no prediction on all of that. But what we can tell you is it depends on where the money's going, because somebody's going to benefit from the money on that. Okay. As of right now, this very moment, it feels pretty hung up, and that there isn't even going to be a ruling, that something's going to happen and the ruling's going to get defunct, or it's just going to get hung in the courtroom. And that's what the energy feels like right now to us.
Okay, wonderful. Next question from Janavi Nadia. Wow, thank you. Follow-up question. How do you determine who is someone you need to walk away from? And is walking away fully no contact?
Our perception is no contact. That's our perception. Okay. Any form of a contact, and they're in your energetic field. That's the way it works. Okay. And, Master, when you take your blinders off, what energy feels like. You know how you feel around somebody. If you are dragging, if you are tired, if you are always carrying the energy, if you're always carrying the responsibility, if you're always think that you got to fix somebody, if somebody's always screwing up and you're the one that always has to do all the forgiving, those are clues.
Fair enough. Thank you. Next question from We're All in This Together. Is the volcano off the coast of Oregon going to erupt soon and cause tsunami along the west coast, or are ETs averting that too?
So you call them ETs. We will call them circumstantial beings. They exist everywhere, and they do definitely divert a lot of nefarious energetic intention. They set off devices to cause volcanic eruption. Whether they're going to be able to be successful in that is yet to be seen, but there is a lot of diversion energy that is taking place right now. And that's all we can say about that.
All right. Thank you so much. Next question from Love Light Lauren. If we can't make anything up, then why does Julius say that Jesus or Yeshua, is a made-up character or a fictional character? Can you elaborate? Thanks.
Yeah, it's fictitious story writing for a metaphorical concept. So coming up with characters to represent different theories. Okay, so it's metaphors. Okay, it's parables and metaphors. And it's references to perceptions and emotions. That's how that book is just full of parables. It's just full of parables. Okay. There's no way to put that book together in its authentic recordings to play out any form of a construct for behavior. It's just a collection of parables that people were having experiences through, and then cabal got a hold of it and wrote it into a story. So they didn't make it up originally. They took original parable stories and then constructed something to bind you and to program you. And so it's a rewrite. And that's what we will tell you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. There's a follow-up question from Daylene asking if it's the same Mercury that the ancient Egyptians used.
Well, the Egyptians span a huge time frame, Master, a huge time frame. Thousands of years, when you call Egyptian times, spanned thousands of years. And so each generation of those Egyptians changed and used different things because Mercury comes from the earth. And so different places that the earth comes from is different types of strengths and different types of formulas, different types of grade of Mercury. Okay. And so that there's a huge differentiation. We do know what you're asking because a lot of the tombs, not the pyramids necessarily, because they aren't tombs, but a lot of the tombs were filled with mercury because they believed that that helped the kings and the royalty, move into the afterlife and also ignite aspects of high consciousness. And that there were different grades of mercury for that. They use different forms of mercury also based on whether you were young or whether you were older. So there were different grades of mercury used in the tombs for the children and the infants that had passed.
All right, thank you so much. The next question comes from Ashley. I have dreams about flying with my son, and we have jobs to do. I don't think he has the same dreams. He has never mentioned it. Is it possible we are together in another realm?
Of course. Of course. It's not just possible, it's likely. It's likely. On the higher aspect, Master, there's only one of us here. We are you are us, everyone is one. So you are with everyone, which is just yourself. But reduced down from that, because most of you perceive yourselves in singular aspects with repetitive emotional contacts and relations with each other. And we would say, yes, numerous combinations. In fact, there isn't anybody that you have any type of an acquaintance or relationship with in this lifetime where this is the first time. That's what we will tell you.
Thank you so much. Next question comes from, let me see, it's Adrienne's time. Is this a fake reality? Excuse me. In this fake reality, Canada has a new onset of wildfires again. Any thoughts on what is happening now? Thanks.
Everything is created by the governments, Master. It's all weather manipulation. That's what it all is at this point. Okay, so people are trying to destroy evidence. People are trying to clear different areas. And then there's a lot of destruction that is taking place so that people can land grab afterwards and build on it. So there's always money involved, Masters, always money involved in those disasters, because we're telling you this. This is how we will support that is true. You have technology to put out a wildfire and you're not using it. Okay? And there's a reason for that. To be clear, you have sound wave technology that can put out a wildfire just with sound, and you don't use it. So they start the fires and they let them burn. They're either hiding something or they're clearing something for evidence, or they're destroying things so there can be a land grab afterwards.
All right. Let's go to the next question, which comes from Love Light Lauren. How is it possible for people to say a lie? Are lies not thought?
How is it possible for people to say a lie? Okay, so what we will tell you is this. We're going to say that there is intentional lying, okay, when somebody is altering a truth, okay, when somebody is a manipulator, a betrayer, a liar, and a pathological liar, and they're doing it very intentionally. They know exactly what they're doing, and they're altering a truth to benefit themselves. They always alter a truth to benefit themselves, okay? And then there are people who are speaking their truth, which is not in alignment with your truth. And that's simply a different perspective. And we wouldn't categorize that as a lie. And that is a common thing because everybody has their own perspective. And therefore, to others, that could feel like a lie. So you always have to ask yourself, is there an awareness and an intention behind the lying? Then we would call that a lie. Okay. or an intentional bending or altering of what that person knows actually took place, or the truth of what occurred. But there can also just be a complete shift of perspective where everybody is speaking their truth according to the way they see things, and then accusing each other of lying. Okay.
All right, next question. Thank you so much. We are all in this together again. I keep seeing predictions that Trump is going to be taken out to not finish his presidency. I've heard you say he will finish his term. Have timelines shifted because of Epstein situation?
We wouldn't say they've shifted because of Epstein's situation. No, we're telling you that the Trumps that you see are not Donald Trump. They are actors and they are fill-ins for protection purposes. Okay. If they decide to play out an assassination to take him away from the public eye, then that may be a drama that they play into. But he's not anywhere to where he could be taken out. That's what we will tell you. And the people that want to take him out know this. Nobody out there is the real person. Everybody's a contract. Obama, the Clintons have been gone for a long time. Okay, so everything is just playing itself out on a stage, right? It is our awareness in this moment that there is a much bigger role for this person playing the president to play, and that is to bring in the changing of the governments to go from what you are mostly not aware of, which is that the U.S. moved into a corporation from a republic underneath the noses of the population and citizens of the U.S., and that corporation went bankrupt and closed down during the last administration, and your government is actually operating without law right now. The military is running it. They're under martial law and running it and deciding how they're going to bring about the republic again. And the republic is going to be supportive of the people, which is a much smaller government. And if you're watching this president, he's reducing all branches of the government. So it is the intention during this administration for the revealment of this to take place, in which case the republic would be unleashed, and that the person playing this president is a very big part of that narrative.
All right, all right, all right. Let me see what the next question is. It's Adrienne's. I just found out that silica, which is good for the brain, is in Fiji water. I remember a while back the FDA stated that this water was not good. Your thoughts on silica and Fiji water? Thank you.
We would say that silica is a good product for the brain. We don't really support any form of water that is kept in a plastic bottle, because you're absorbing more plastic particles than you are silica if you're drinking it out of a plastic bottle. And that is our perspective.
All right, fair enough. The next question is from Sodom03. Will anyone get reparations because they are definitely due?
They've already been taken place, Master. So a lot of it has been taken place. That's what we will tell you as far as punishments go. As far as monies go for compensation for a lot of the damages that have occurred, they are intending to fully unleash Nasara Jasara globally, and that's going to be one of the ways that they quote unquote pay back people for a lot of the pain and their suffering, and that is already rolling out. And whether they're going to get it completely rolled out and at what time frame they're going to do that is still unleashing itself.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so the next question is, let me see. It's also from We Are All in This Together. Is the tropical storm heading towards Florida in the Carolinas this week? The storm that's supposed to put Miami underwater and flood a lot of the coastal areas.
No, it won't put Miami underwater. That's not going to occur. That's what we're telling you.
All right, next question also from We're All in This Together. Did the ETs really stop the tsunami from the 8.8 earthquake this past week? And will they stop future ones?
So the circumstantial beings that disrupt the annihilation of you guys is massive, and they've been doing it for centuries. Centuries. We don't refer to them as ETs. You might, because you're just that just simply means a being that you're not familiar with. An extraterrestrial is a terrestrial is a being, and an extraterrestrial simply means a being that you're not familiar with, versus you humans are terrestrials for each other and you're familiar with each other. So we are going to support that that's what that means. Not that that means, whether they're grays or reptilians or Antarians or, things like that. We call them circumstantial beings, and they are everywhere and they are in every dimension. And what most of humanity doesn't understand is that if you harm anything in this dimension, there's a fallout for all the other dimensions. And thank goodness that is a truth, because you have beings in other dimensions that are protecting you more than you know. More than you know. Okay. So they are generally behind a lot of the halting of things that are really going to cause massive, massive destruction. If you think you have mass destruction now, thank goodness you don't, compared to what you could have based on what some of these beings do. But also remember, Master, that sometimes these beings do let something activate itself, because that activation will actually lessen than what was originally planned. So sometimes there's some sacrifices made on what they do allow to occur, because the other way would have been worse. Okay.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Let me see the next question. 1 second. 1 second. I had that one already. Actually, Love Line Lawrence saying, thanks, Julius, Kasey, and Angel. This has been fun and expansive. I look forward to our upcoming Academy class. You bet. Absolutely. Adrian says, thank you. Greg Nyman says, thank you, everyone. Such an amazing expansive experience as always. Adrian then asks a question. Any thoughts on the use of liquid copper and what it is good for?
Liquid silver, liquid copper, liquid gold. All of those types of minerals are wonderful for the body, Master, if you're depleted. If you're depleted, that is for sure. So, all types of elixirs and all types of supplementation can be wonderful for you if those are the things that are out of balance in your body. That's for sure. Your body absorbs copper as well. Okay, so don't forget that sometimes wearing metals, silver, gold, copper, can provide many, many wonderful balances for your body, because remember that your skin is your biggest organ. So everything's being absorbed through your skin. Anything that you wear is absorbed through your skin, as you know, right? So you'll know copper is wonderful for joint pain, and it's wonderful for inflammation. And so those are some of the possibilities of what you might use it for. We always tell everybody, be mindful, because humans have a tendency to believe that if a little is good, a lot is better. And that may not always be the case for you.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. And that was the last question of today's show. Oh my God, that was intense. I tell you, I remember lots of many different shows we have had, but this one we had so many questions, and we appreciate you all so much for being here. We love you for asking so many questions, and obviously for Julius and the group of entities for answering them. Any final comments, Kasey?
Again, I just want to send out so much love and so much light and energy to all of you. Hang in there. There is so much energy shifting. I don't know, Angel, I don't know if you felt like that in your life in the last month or two. There just seems to be a lot of chaotic energy out there. Hang in there. Stay grounded. Stay strong. Try not to let this chaos disrupt you in your love, in your knowing. Try not to give in to fear. Okay, all is well. All is well. And we are sending all of you that truth. Hang in there. Join us on Sundays. Join us on Sundays. We're going to pump you up, right? We're going to glow you up. We're going to pump you up, and we're going to support you. And thank you all so much for your support. Share us with everybody, right? Share us with everybody. Bring everybody into us.
Thank you, absolutely. And no, thank you all for all the way to go, Angel, today here at the chat. Obviously, I appreciate you. The most important thing here is, as you know, sometimes we have a few challenges. All the production team working together is amazing, but sometimes technology has those things that that's how much we can do. But as you know, I am enthusiastic and passionate, and I love what we do here. Thank you so much, Kasey. Amazing show. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody that asked so many questions. Adrienne, Swift Sage, Greg Nyman, Sodom03, Sandra Townsend, Aileen, Janavi, Nadia, and all that ask questions here. Again, thank you so much. We love you. See you next Sunday. Next Sunday, remember, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sundays, the Ask Julius Show here at the Awakening Network. It's going to be episode number 117. Great number, 117. I love 117. Don't you? See you next Sunday. Bye-bye.